tell you this, Chris Jim's going through something. It's got my mind racing in 1,000 different directions. Okay?
Everything, everywhere.
All at what? Oh, yes. Everything, everywhere, all at once. And by the way, that's your best picture winner from last night's Oscars. Boom, there it is.
We're going to work it into every conversation. Don't worry.
And let me say that I've got every Oscar winner.
Yeah?
I've got everything right
Foreign
here.
language short?
A moment. Best foreign language short. I do not have that.
Is it it's not Marcel the Snail or whatever?
Marcel the Shell?
Yeah.
I do not.
Did Marcel the Shell clean up?
I do not. I don't know. I don't have that. I have, looks like 25 Oscar winners or so here. Whatever you want. Best short film, An Irish Goodbye. Best short film animated, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Best picture, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I was told by a dear friend who is a movie enthusiast, so much so that he won't use the word movie. He calls them all films. All right? We had a mountain retreat weekend together this weekend. All right? Not just the two of us. There were other people there.
Is he pretending to like this movie too now?
No, he absolutely gives his real opinion on every movie, and he sees most of the Oscar things. And I said, this is before it won, I said, what about this Everything, Everywhere, All at Once? He goes, hot mess, and you'll hate it. He said to me. Perfect. He said, you'll hate it. And Chris Tim told me the same thing. He said that at one point, there's a scene where everybody has hot dogs for fingers. And I said, I ain't gonna watch that. Mm-hmm. That's not my thing. You know?
Deep down, there's a kernel of a decent story in there.
Yeah.
But it's just frantic.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, to me, it lives up to the title. It's too much. It's sensory overload.
It's too much. Right?
See, and I'm glad your friend gave his honest opinion.
Oh, he always does.
Well, because last night my girlfriend was over. She went to watch the red carpet. She likes the fashion part.
Let me say this first of all, and my mind's going everywhere. I mean, I've got so much stuff on my mind right now. In an hour, we will have the most.
The true best actor last night.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant on the champagne carpet last night.
What a performance.
And that's all we'll say about that. But Hugh Grant is going viral.
Unfortunately, it was a champagne-colored carpet because he took a giant dump on it.
Right,
and that's not going to come out.
No.
Hugh Grant is an asshole. He's proven it now.
I thought he acted an asshole, and then Twitter confirmed it. Now the internet has confirmed it. Because my wife, like Biggie's lady friend, Beth was watching the red carpet, the fashions, and we saw Hugh Grant like, what did he just do? What just happened?
Hugh Grant, if you've thought it for years, it's true. He's an asshole. Wait till you hear
at best, a ponce.
Yeah.
We'll cover that when Dave gets here in an hour. Your lady friend is watching the champagne carpet.
But everyone they would interview.
Yeah.
I'd say, who are your favorites? Who you think, it's got to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. Oh, the movie, it moved me. Yes. And I'm like, I think these people are pretending.
You think they just say that stuff?
I think if they have to.
Have you seen it?
No, and I don't want to.
I mean, it is an ambitious film. Mm-hmm. There are good acting performances in there. And again, the kernel of the story is good, but it's just covered to me in too many layers of just show-offery.
Yes, yes.
You know, I mean, it's the essential story is a family trying to stay together when it's being pulled apart.
Yeah.
And it also kind of tries to take on the, what if you do this in your life? If you go down this pathway, everything else would, everything changes. If you take this path, if you take this path.
I like that.
But they try to show it, and it's just a hot mess in my mind.
A lot of people have told me that. Now, one person I know said it's life-changingly great. They love it. But the guys I trust more, who know me, say, don't watch this. You won't. To me, they say you won't like it. I need things that are like, just
Top Gun Maverick.
Thank you, God Almighty. Why didn't that should have been the best picture?
I also this is controversial. I'll make controversy. I think every winner last night was a sham.
every single
winner.
Boy, rough night with a girlfriend, Biggie.
No.
Every
I didn't stay up. I woke up and saw the list this morning, and I was like, I think because of last year. They knew they'd have a bigger audience, in case something happened.
Yeah.
And I think every winner was likable.
Well, let me go to a couple of speeches here. I'll never pronounce his name. Is it Kwan?
I'm not 100% certain how to pronounce it. I've heard other people pronounce it like Key or K, and then Wee Kwan.
Wee Kwan. Yeah. He was short round in Temple of Doom 100 years ago. And last night,
he's in everything.
He's in everything, and he won all the awards leading up. I think everybody knew he was going to win this Best Supporting Actor. And they're saying he gave a speech for the ages. And I told Biggie, cut it way down. I said, cut on these speeches in our Oscar coverage. We have Wee Kwan.
My mom is 84 years old, and she's at home watching. Mom, I just won an Oscar. My journey started on a boat. I ended up here on Hollywood's biggest stage. They say stories like this only happen in the movies. I cannot believe it's happening to me. This is the American dream.
That's inspirational. You know, he
went on to say some things about life and work.
He did. But I mean, he went on 2-3 minutes. We said, we can't do it. Same with Jamie Lee Curtis. She was inspirational. I told Biggie, cut it down. I said, give me 15 seconds of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Stop! We just won an Oscar. We just won an Oscar. I just won an Oscar. We just won an Oscar together.
I've always liked JLC. You know that. Since her Halloween days. I've always loved her. Never expected her to get a statuette. That's great.
That was actually I did see that part. And you know when they're walking the stage, they give a fact. And that was the one who was like, Jamie Lee Curtis started her career in the movie Halloween.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what she's known for sure. They did say, I didn't see it, but Angela Bassett, they said, had a puss on her face because she thought she was going to
won.
Well,
just saying. Every winner was likable.
The sham Oscars.
Every winner was a crowd favorite. You know, I think the guy Austin Butler should have won for Elvis.
Did not.
He did not.
Lost.
Well, this is personal, Biggie. You've shared your feelings about the best actor race more than once.
I'm not saying that Brendan Fraser hasn't been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen The Whale.
You've lived it.
I have. Recently, actually.
That's right. I don't know the movie.
As a sweaty man on oxygen, I lived it recently.
Biggie said, Brendan Fraser hasn't suffered enough for this role. He took his fat off at the end of the night. This is not right. He won Best Actor last night.
But I feel like it's everyone loves him. If you say if you say anything bad about him, it's like, he was sexually harassed in Hollywood, and you can't say that. You can't, So but I mean, the guy that played Elvis was great. He
was great.
I'll watch The Whale at some point, but I don't see.
You know that Wee Kwan, he was short round in Temple of Doom, then had almost no work. He had work as a child actor, then had nothing for 30 years. And they said he didn't even have health insurance while he was filming this movie. And now he's won an Oscar. Brendan Fraser, you just said, he was sexually harassed by a producer or director or somebody and couldn't work for years. He was so set back by it. He couldn't work. And now he's won the Oscar. Maybe they wanted those feel-good stories, those amazing stories.
I think they definitely did.
Over the top last night with those winners. But they won. Then we had a little bit of Jimmy Kimmel doing some jokes. He, of course, as you would expect, he joked about the slap from last year, and this is a little bit of his monologue.
We know this is a special night for you. We want you to have fun. We want you to feel safe. And most importantly, we want me to feel safe. So we have strict policies in place. If anyone in this theater commits an act of violence at any point during the show, you will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor and permitted to give a 19-minute long speech. No, but seriously, the Academy has a crisis team in place. If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the ceremony, just do what you did last year. Nothing. Sit there and do absolutely nothing.
A little Jimmy Kimmel. I haven't heard too much about him, which means I guess his jokes were just passable and good.
Yeah. That was about as risque as it got for the monologue.
Right. I don't think they're very risque at the Oscars generally. Those are different. What was the one that Gervais used to host? The Golden Globes.
Yeah.
And he would really get out there.
Yeah.
If you need to know any winner, I've got them. Okay.
Yeah.
And when Dave...
Documentary?
Let me take a look. Best documentary last night. Navini.
That can't be right.
I don't know. I got my cheaters need to. I got to get them.
You need a bigger number.
Looks like Navalny. 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 I thought it was an I. It's a Navalny is the winner for best documentary last night. I don't know the film.
I believe it's about the Russian lawyer.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about.
I bet it's the
name,
opposition leader. Yeah, it's Alexei Navalny.
Navalny is your winner. Navalny for best documentary. Best documentary short was The Elephant Whisperers. I can go on all day. Mm-hmm. What everyone's talking about is Hugh Grant's performance on the champagne carpet before. When Dave arrives, we're going to do that. And let's say this today now. We're going to have some fun, something I'm usually against. Chris Demm mentioned this to me last week. I got a wild hair yesterday. Listen to what Chris Demm said. This is he won't even remember this. A week and a half ago. He goes, you know what we ought to do for Oscar? I said, what? He said, we should take movie trailers, whether they won an Oscar or not, and edit them down to like 30 seconds, 35 seconds. See if people can guess what the movie is from the trailer. A 30-second trailer.
Oh, yeah. Name that trailer.
Name that trailer. So I was like, all right, fine, yeah. I said, let's do it. Okay, fine. Well, of course I didn't do it. It was like that thing where we're going to take pictures of our feet. We're not really going to take pictures of our feet.
I did that this morning on the toilet.
You did take a picture of your feet.
Picture's ready if we need it.
Okay, if it has to be done, it has to be done. We're getting pressure from sales to do that. They've sold it. They sold it to a sponsor. So we might get to it. I was just saying my toes are so ugly.
You'll have to drag this shoe off my body. That's my message to sales.
Hey, sales. You want a picture of my feet? Drag my shoe off my cold, dead body. You could have a picture of my feet. So, Chris Demm said, so yesterday I thought, we could do that. And I thought, let me just go grab a few movie trailers. Well, I wound up sitting there all afternoon watching movie trailer after. I mean, basketball was going on around me. They were doing the selections Sunday and all that stuff. And I sat
You're down a rabbit hole.
I edited 30 movie trailers. 30 down to 30 seconds. And the way we'll play is you have to get 3 in a row right. It's like easy, medium, difficult. Okay. And if you get all 3, we'll give you a Two Guys Named Chris t-shirt. But I'll tell you something about trailers. They really, really work. I mean, when you
watch an art
form. It's amazing. Some of them you're just like, oh my God. And I've seen all these movies and I'm just like, it wasn't as good as the trailer. The trailer makes them
that happens.
So good.
Look at Cocaine Bear.
Look at Cocaine Bear. I know that's not a good movie.
No. That's a great trailer.
That trailer is awesome. I said, that's the way it's done. Well, listen, I had all that time, and I told Chris Demm this. 2 things about the human condition. See how my mind's going everywhere, all at once. Yes, we had a mountain vacation over the weekend. Now, the Demms couldn't come.
Clearly you enjoyed it. No. God, I got to get back to work. I got to go.
Right.
I got to watch 30 trailers.
Listen to what happened. I think this is about the human condition. This is why I had so much time to watch these trailers yesterday. Saturday night, we're in the mountains. 4 couples. We'd had a very nice time. It was a very relaxing, watched some movies, played some cornhole, played a lot of games, that kind of. Went out for lunch a couple of times. Very nice. So, late Saturday night, they say, possible.
Storms are coming.
Storms.
Looks like an oil wester. A what?
Now I was drunk. Okay, I was drunk. This is late Saturday afternoon. Somebody says storms on the horizon,
and
right. I said, so what? So I look at my phone app, which Dave always curses, and it says snow's going to start at 5 a.m. And I said, I'll get up at 5 or 6. I'll take a look. We'll leave here at 8 or 9, whatever. I mean, we're supposed to leave anyway by 10. You had to get out. I was like, we'll leave a couple hours early. No problem. Now, we're up on a mountain. Now, it is a
mountaintop.
It is a mountaintop. We got a view of the city, the mountains. And everybody's like, okay. And somebody else says, your app sucks. And I said, well, I've been told that many times. He's like,
not the show,
but my weather app. And he says, I got it starting here on my weather app at 1 a.m. 80% chance of snow and ice. I was like, okay.
How much? What?
Total accumulation by the end of the day, 3 inches. And it's supposed to go till 5
But no one's going to pave your mountain road.
Of course.
Or plow. Excuse me.
And it's windy and narrow. Yeah. Well, then here comes the Diesel. Diesel says, my car's low to the ground. And I
Still driving that hybrid thing?
He's got the hybrid up there.
Well, how low?
Well, that's what I said.
3 inches is treacherous for me.
I said Diesel.
I mean, he's not a Chicano in Los Angeles in the 70s.
He's
not low riding. It's It's like an Accord.
It is. It's a Camry.
Whatever. They're the same car.
Maybe you don't know what 3 inches can do. That's what she said.
My car's low to the ground. And I said, but Diesel, at the end, we're not going to have 3 inches until 5 p.m. We're leaving hours earlier. And I said, I don't think the lowness to the ground. And then somebody else said, well, I've got a 4-wheel drive. And it's like, and I said, but it's ice. It's not really, I think we're all going to be okay. So we all huddled on it. And now Diesel was most nervous. Okay. Diesel and his wife were most nervous. And there was another couple there that also jittery.
What's the level of intoxication at this point?
Well, for me, high.
I mean, this is not
high.
In any setting, this is not the best time to take a meeting.
Right. Well, but we did. We took a meeting. And then we all decided, all right, somebody in each couple's got to stay somewhat sober in case we have to book it out of here at midnight. Like, all right, fine. Fine. So right before we go to bed, now we all say, all right, we're going to bed at 10 o'clock. That way, if we're going to get up, everybody decides before we go to bed, we're getting up at 5 a.m. We're taking a look. We're assessing the situation. And if we have to leave right at 5 a.m., we leave right at 5 a.m. Everybody's like, okay.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. So I get in bed, all pinky swear on it. We all go to bed our separate directions. I'm in bed by 10:15 or so. Well, 11:15, my wife nudges me. The Diesel's gone.
He took his low clearance vehicle down the mountain.
At 11:15, she nudged me. I was like,
he waited for y'all to go to bed. He's like a one-night stand.
Did he have his clothes on under his pajamas?
Yeah. Good night. I'm going to get the hell out of here.
It's like that.
Pack the car. Huh?
I think they're all asleep.
What happened to our plan? It was like, what? I mean, it just all.
There's a 20 on the kitchen counter. That should cover cleaning.
He was gone. He took his stuff and left. That was it. He and his wife were gone. So it's like, okay, then there were 3. So I say, all right. And I looked at no precipitation yet, nothing. I re-gear my machine, my breathing machine. I'm back asleep, this and that. 2 a.m., my wife nudges me.
That's sleet on the window.
2 others, one other couple, Jason and Cindy. She's like,
they're gone.
They're gone. They texted us to say we just can't wait. It had begun. It had begun.
Right.
By 1:30, it had begun.
So now, were they in his Jeep?
Yeah, no,
or Mama's big SUV.
They were in Mama's big SUV. They were, but they were nervous. They were nervous about getting because it was going to be icy, and it started. Well, it's also time change. Okay, so
you do lose an hour.
So we're losing an hour, and so then. Time comes. I say, all right, fine. And I look out. There's nothing on the roads or anything, but it is starting to come down. A mix, I would say, of snow and the sleet or freezing rain. So now, okay, an hour later. There's 2 couples left now. 1 hour later, it's 3:15, but actually 4:15 because we jumped forward an hour at this point. The others are leaving too. They're going. They're going.
I can hear them.
So they're gone.
They're going out the door and putting things in the car.
I could hear them. They left. So I said, well, I guess we can go. I mean, there's no point. Yeah. Now I'm awake. I'm sober. And I said, all right, let's put it in gear here. So we got all the stuff. Now, the porch and stuff slick. It really was.
Yeah.
And listen to this. We didn't, I say to my wife, we took my wife's vehicle. Now the windshield's iced over. And I say, where's your ice scraper? She goes, I only have napkins. I said, well, what?
That sentence doesn't follow.
Yeah. Napkins
doesn't work here.
So I used a water bottle to try to scrape off some, the mouth of a water bottle. It really didn't work hardly at all.
No, you just got to warm it up and let it.
That's what I did.
Melt off.
Warmed it up, let it melt off. We were gone by 4:30. Pretty. I mean, I wouldn't say treacherous, but coming down the mountain a little bit
and
scary.
Slick spots.
It's slushy, a little bit slushy to start. I don't think we were ever in any real danger. We went very slowly down.
And the main roads?
fine. Wet, only wet. And once we got 15 minutes out of there, no problem at all. But it snowed it was like a mix for probably an hour of the ride home, which I was surprised by. But through the night, got home very early. I said, by God, I'm making these movie trailers. I said, this is what I'm going to do. But I think the lesson it is, no matter what you say as a group, you're really going to do your own thing.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought, I think I'm most...
That's a weak pact. That's a weak alliance.
It was. We were like, okay, we're all getting up at 5. We're taking a look. Whatever we do it together.
Safety first.
Together.
Yeah.
I said, we're doing it together.
I'm not going to leave anybody behind.
They didn't even text.
No. We all wanted to follow each other down the mountain.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it turned out that we didn't do that. One left before it started. One left right as it started.
Did you guys have, as the last couple out, did you guys have to do the bulk of cleaning and trash emptying?
We took out the trash, but the Diesel and his wife had done a lot of the clean. They did like the dish cleanup and all that. And the way we did the food this time, you like the food auction. There was no food auction. You just brought what you wanted, and then you took everything you brought. That's all it was.
No community food.
Well, everything became community food, but it just was like, all right, we brought nuggets, they brought meatballs. If there were any left, I take the nuggets, you take meatballs.
If you brought it, you had to take it home.
That's right. So we knew who was taking what. And at the end, it took us a little longer, but not horrible.
Was there still a red Gatorade in the fridge at the end?
For Diesel.
He wasn't there in the morning for his hangover juice.
He likes a red Gatorade. He always says, I want a red Gatorade. And we saw it in the fridge, and a tear down my face.
He's not here to drink it.
He wasn't there. That's right. He was gone. By the time we were leaving, he had already texted us, we're home.
Thanks.
Must have been treacherous.
Yeah.
We made it out of there, though.
In that low-riding vehicle.
Okay, that's right.
Like an Ice Cube video. Gin and juice, laid back. Jeez.
You don't really hear a lot of that. My God, I have an Accord.